have been wondering why men are making videos about Ciara and Russell Wilson. I don't understand it. They've been married for so long. They have beautiful children together. They seem happy together. They seem extremely happy together. And it seems like the more happier they get, the more backlash that Russell Wilson is getting right now. I'm going to be doing a video because there are two content creators out there that are making some outlandish claims, and they sound very jealous. But I was trying to think on a deeper level about why these men do not like Russ. They call him a simp, and because he loves his wife, because he declared he would never want to lose his wife, and he's going to do whatever he has to do to make her happy. There was a situation 2 weeks ago where he brought her some flowers. He surprised her with some flowers, and when you pause the video in a certain way, it looks like she's making this face. But when you watch the full video, she seems very happy, surprised, and very happy. But they basically stopped that video and then talked about how she really doesn't like him, and I'll go into that in the video. But I was thinking, like, okay, so basically she was with Future. That was okay. That she, as a woman who had no children, would take on a man who had several. And I'm sure she had conversations with Future about where he wanted to be in his life. But obviously, being a dustball, he couldn't keep up the fake ass appearance. She wanted what she wanted. And when Future lied and then the relationship ended, she went to find what she really wanted. And then she found Russ. Russ knew that she had a child. He dated her, courted her, and he proposed to her when he felt like this was the one. He proposed to her. She did not manipulate him. She can't make him propose to her. And I'm thinking about this. This is a wonderful story. She's happy. The child has a stepfather and so many resources where he does not have to experience, the poverty that can come from single motherhood or the stressors of his mother and her emotion that definitely affects the children. And these men are dragging Russell for loving a child, for loving a woman who admitted to her mistakes and self-corrected. It keeps getting worse and it's getting louder. And what came across to me is these men are so in love with deviancy and dysfunction. This is what they grew up in. This is what they know. And they feel like they can't express being their full manhood. So they act in this impossible image of a black male, I'll say that. This tough guy, because the thug guy, street guy, cool guy, bad guy, whatever that is associated with strength and toughness, and they want to be that. Getting women pregnant means they're virile, and that has to do with manhood, even though they're not going to be emotionally available because they don't know how, because they never experienced that in their life. And they don't want to get taken advantage of because they have been taken advantage of in their dating life. So they feel like Ciara has the upper hand on him as a man, and she can make him look foolish out in these streets, which she hasn't. Seems very happy to me. This is all coming from their fear, because to be honest, this thug, tough guy, educated lame, you know, it's all attached to something that validates their manhood. Whether they feel like they're smart, whether they feel like they're tough, whether they have all these kids and this shows my virileness and I'm a man. Because they cannot fulfill this in society like other men do. And I'm not making any excuses. I'm just saying I see where this is coming from, because it is coming from the hurt little boy in them that they sit with in private, that they don't tell anybody about. The hurt boy who wants to be loved on, but is so scared of not being seen as manly or a simp that they rather continue in dysfunction and deviancy. And they think that this makes them look like a man. They want what Russell has. They want a woman who loves them, respects them, dotes on them, proud to be on their arm, give them love and kisses and intimacy, and they crave it. Russell is getting it. They want it. But they will not put aside that fake ass idea they have of manhood. So they rail against it. That's what's coming out of them. They want it so bad. Everything in their being. You heard Future when he said he wants a wife. He's been impregnating women ever since he became a household name. He's been impregnating one woman after the other. These women, some of them could have loved him. Some of them did. But he played with them because of that hurt little boy and that fake ass image of manhood that he wants to live up to, instead of going after what he really, really craves, which is what Ciara and Russ has. The men who talk about Russell Wilson, they are in the same boat. They are just like a Future. They would rather praise a Future who basically is his money stretched thin. He has all these kids. He doesn't have good relationships. There's no way that he has a good relationship with all of his children. You know, this going from woman to woman, it's not healthy. Most of these men end up dying in a nursing home alone because they never thought about getting married, and they thought they were going to be healthy and a bachelor forever for the rest of their lives. And you know, when they got older, you know, even though they didn't commit to a woman, you know, there's plenty of young women who like older men. Bullshit. So their kids, if they have any, want nothing to do with them. Why would they want anything to do with a stranger that they do not know? And they die alone. It's really sad. Nurses asking if there's anyone that they can call for them. And there's no one. Because they've hurt so many. They've burned their children. And they didn't think about the future. But that was the conclusion that I came up with. Because biblically, you know, a man is worse than an infidel if he doesn't take care of his family. And they're out here creating a whole bunch of families, broken families. And it's wearing on their image and on their health. They're dying younger than they should be. I think as women, we really need to think about what we're seeing within the community. And I listen closely to what these men say, because they snitch on themselves about who they are and their values. You know, the people that they like, the people that they dislike, tells a story about them. And this is the conclusion I came to, because I'm just thinking about, like, what is driving, like, who would not want to be with a woman, with their children, in the house, in love? Who does not want to be in love, in true love, with someone who you can rely on and you can trust, and who's there for you and you want to do the best for them because you know they want to do the best for you? How could anybody sit here and look at people who strive for that and look down on them? It's jealousy. It is. It's jealousy because they want it and they don't have it. And so they shame the man that did what he had to do to get it. And one other thing crossed my mind as well. In the back recesses of their unconscious mind, I feel like some of them want it so bad, but they know if they got it, and some of them have gotten it, they'd fuck it up. They would break it into pieces. They wouldn't be able to maintain. They wouldn't be able to step up to the plate, to the mantle, and hold it all together as they are supposed to. They would fail being head of household. They'd fail being a leader. They would fail and they would destroy it if they ever got it. So I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think about my little conclusions that I came up with. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Go ahead and add your commentary or what you maybe think is going on, and I'll see you in the next one.